share the dang show.
Welcome back to the show, folks. I'm rivered out and I wanted to walk back here. It's been a little bit since I've been back here and test out a couple techniques with y'all. One is Texas rigging your drop shot, and we're gonna focus on fork style baits like Zoom Flukes and Flukes of other brands, but we're gonna Texas rig full-size flukes and drop shot those with a 1/4 ounce, just regular water Gremlin casting weights, no fancy pencil drop shot weight or tungsten or nothing like that, just a regular old lead weight and EWG hook. And the second thing is the soft plastic straight retrieve toads. This time of year you can really get on them, chucking like the Strike King series of toads. Right now I got on a Strike King bubble toad, and we'll experiment from there. Maybe we won't have to. Maybe that one will be the one they're looking for. So let's get to some fishing. Alright folks, so I'll just switch to a regular EWG straight braid eagle claw and a rage toad. This toad's got a lot more action, as you can see. With a darker color. No. Well, now I got a super deep overrun in there and I can't see the loop. And I just cut my nails, so I have nothing to pick it out with. Man, I can't believe that happened on the first cast after re-rigging all that stuff. Anyway, so I switched to junebug. Hook's exposed. Oh, jeez. Please stay on. Yep. Hey, you're a good one. All right. Real junebug. Fluke, huh? Look at the tan you got in the gut. That's a nice fish right there, y'all. That's why I come back here to see my largemouth friends. Look at that gut. Hey, bud. You're pretty. You're pretty. Glad that paid off. Get a little quick picture of it. I know it's all the way in the blackout bag. When you get sick of let you go there to be feeding. Well, I'm gonna give you a little chuck. There. Alright. Guess you want a junebug, not the hologram. Awesome. That's what I mean by swampy areas like this, man. You can still throw the old drop shot. All right, let's keep going. Now this don't just apply to flukes or anything. This applies to whatever you want to put at the end of it. You could put a crawdad bait, you could put a straight tail worm, you could put a freaking speed worm, robo worm, you could put a dang Z-crawl, whatever. It's just about getting through the vegetation and still being weedless enough to work your presentation enough to trick one of these fish into biting, that's all. You can do it with stickworm. Ooh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Popped you good, buddy. Yeah. Hey, little buddy. You're pretty. All right. The old junebug full-size Fluke is the color they want. It's still morning. Well, unfortunately, that's all I got time for. So we'll get back to the lab, go over rigging. But folks, just like going out to top secret lakes, PV, coming back here to the swamp, it's just a special place, man, because it's close to home. And if stuff isn't hitting in the river and you want to brave it back here, you know, you do got to do thorough tick checks and all that after you come out. But I mean, look around. I mean, it's nice back here. It's a nice little escape. Nice little corridor to walk through as you come out or when you're coming in. There's a ford. And believe it or not, in the spring, when the river backs up, this all becomes one big body of water. And I'm talking about where we was just fishing to, the swamp. This used to be deep enough to fish in here, but nothing but hopefully some panfish left and beaver and stuff. But yeah, you can catch crawdad down there in the creek, like in episode 190. It's just special back here, man. Little escape that's right around the corner. It's been shown in other episodes, but I know a lot of times folks don't go back that far to look. So I just thought I'd give you a quick little glance at why I come back here. Because I'm a geezer and it gives me peace. Look, that's another reason. See? A doe and 2 fawns. I mean, what more do I need to say? I told y'all I was going to show you how I rig up the old Texas rig drop shot. Just tied on some new leader. Just took the fluke off and my 1/4 ounce casting weight off. I'm going to tell you why I go with this, because knowing the vegetation down there, we're basically punch drop shotting, right? We got to get through that top canopy to get down there where the fish are. And you know, you don't know what you're going to run across as far as hang-ups and turtles and just miscellaneous. So lead is way more affordable and just as effective as tungsten, as long as you get your depth right. Because you got to remember, fishing off the bank, your angle is going to be different than fishing off a boat where it's going to be more vertical, right? So first thing I'm going to do is Palomar my hook on here. So I'm going to always have my hook point facing towards the rod tip. Start my Palomar knot. And I scooch it like so, because I know that loop is going to be what I end up tying my weight to. So I'll make sure nothing's crossed over on itself. And then I'm going to hold it. loop through there, like so. Keep my finger in there, and then I'm going to check it again to make sure, because it's fluorocarbon and it's squirrely and it likes to do what it wants, because it did end up crossing back over on itself. Now my next move is, while I'm passing it through, I'm going to grab everything, the hook, put my hand over the barb, and then I'm going to slowly bring that line through the line tie until I see that infinity loop right there, the Mobius strip. I know y'all see what I'm talking about. Right. Now, we want to make sure nothing's caught in that little gap where they don't close the weld. We still got our Mobius strip there. I'm gonna wet it and cinch her down. I'm gonna let go of my tag end and just tug on the main line until I feel it snug up. Now here's the pivotal point with the drop shot. You take your tag, you run it back through the line tie of the hook. If I can see it with my old geezer eyes. Okay, now it's coming back out. So now you know down here where your weight's gonna be. The way I check it is I grab my main line and then I grab the bottom. And look, my hook is always in a perfect orientation, facing up, not facing down. So now I can tie on my weight. And what I do, if I don't have a lot of tag and I still want this thing to be off the bottom, is I either tie a uni or not an improved clinch, but just a regular clinch with like 3 or 4 wraps. So we'll do a regular clinch knot with just like 4 wraps here. So we got 1, 2, whoops. I'll start over here. 1, 2, 3. Even 3 is going to be strong enough to hold on that weight. So now we got to find our little hole to run it through. I can't see very well. Nope, missed it. Okay, now we got it through. So now we're dealing with a small clinch knot, but that's all right. We'll get it through that other side. Okay, see, that's where we're at. So now we're gonna wet our line. Boom, clinch knot's tied. Look at that long tag. And then we're gonna check it again, just to make sure. And now you have a perfectly rigged up Texas rig drop shot that even off the bank, you're still gonna have an angle like this. Your hook's orientated in the right place. Just to show you, I will thread the bait on. Now this thing was hanging on by a thread, literally. So I had to snip the nose just to get a clean rig up here. So I'm gonna go barb and hook point deep, pop her out. That way there's room for the keeper. Do the old twisty twist. And now see how that keeper is holding that bait in place. And then we got our typical Fluke belly slot. And I always put my finger over the center so I know I'm popping out in the right spot. And there you have it. See, our bait's orientated in the right place. Our sinker is fine. It's got some tag if you want to untie it or cut it off and make it shorter. But I would say when you're fishing this shallow of water, which I was fishing like 4 to 6 foot deep water, and a lot of it was shallower than that, this is perfect. This is perfect. So just wanted to go over the rigging with y'all, and I know a lot of it is centered lately around the TK 125-C, but darn it, it's a good hook, and they're made in the States, and you see the hook penetration I was getting with it for a finesse technique, and that's why I buy them in 15 packs, because they're so versatile. So that's gonna wrap it up. 1/4 ounce lead weight, nothing fancy. And plus I like the bell shape to make a bigger opening to allow this bait to get down there in that vegetation where those bass are. It just all makes sense to me. So give it a try, folks, if you're around heavy cover, or you know, you just want to try something different, and you don't got to worry about an open hook, you know, nose hooked bait getting yanked off by little ones or whatever. If they're eating this, they're at least big enough to eat it. So with it being Texas rigged, so we will end it there, folks. This will be from the bank. I think we're at number 6, the old Texas rig drop shot. And remember, it's not just a fluke, it's whatever you want to put on this 3/0 hook. Alright, Brian, this is Guy with the GoPro Fishing Show. We will see you next time, folks. Be easy and enjoy you some nature. Peace.